In this video, we're going to see how to use multimeter. This is the cheap multimeter, which everybody can afford to buy it. And when you got like this kind of multimeter, this is what you will get it. You will get a multimeter and with the measuring probes. With this multimeter, you can measure DC volt, AC volt, DC ampere, and HFE of transistors, PNP or NPN, and diode testing as well as multimeter testing and resistance. So this has got a 3 measuring nodes according to the range. So accordingly you have to extend the probes over here. So let's see in which 3 of the measuring node, one is the common, and this one, it says that with this you can measure volt, which is AC, DC, and then ohms. This you can measure any of it within this range, and milliamps, which is a DC amps maximum of 200 milliamp. So if you want to measure 10 amps DC current, you need to change the probe to here. So we'll see one by one. So first we are going to measure voltage. So before that, let me see why these colors are red and black. So this is the global color they are using for electrical and electronics. So if it is in DC circuits, the black is for negative and red is for positive. In case if it is in AC, the black is for neutral and red is for phase. So this is the global rule around the world we are following. So if you open up any circuits, if you find like these colors, you can assume it like positive, negative, or phase neutral, and it is for simple reference only, but with the multimeter you can accurately do that. So let me begin. So I'm connecting this negative on since it is a ground, so ground is a negative, so I'm just connecting it over here. So now we are going to measure volt, amps till maximum of 200 milliamp, and continuity as well as resistance. So I'm connecting this red probe to this measuring node, which is VOMA, and so to select the various regions, it has got a selector switch. So with this you can select the range which you want. So now we are going to measure DC volt. So whenever you are about to measure source voltage or current, you try to keep it with maximum range. So later on, if you got an idea of how much volt or how much current it is, so later on for accuracy purpose, you can bring it down to within range. So now I'm going to measure the voltage, DC voltage of one battery. So I'm just connecting it any side. So as you can see, this is showing minus 3.96, which means that this is not a negative, this is negative. Okay, so now I'm touching it and I'm connecting it. Okay, so you can get an idea like which is positive or which is negative with the multimeter. So with this you can easily identify the polarity. You can measure the voltage too. So now we are going to measure resistance. So I'm putting it 20 kilo ohm. So for measuring resistance, since the resistor have only 2 leads, so with the 2 leads you can with the measuring 2 leads you can connect any side, so you can measure it easily. So 9.73, each resistance has got its own tolerance. So with that, it shows like nearly 10 kilo ohm. And for measurement of continuity, I'm putting it to continuity mode or diode testing mode. So if you want to measure a continuity of any wire or any wounded coil, so you can measure it. Let's see, if I want to measure a continuity of one wire, so I can simply grab, you can keep both the ends. If I got 0, which means that has a continuity. If it got nothing, 1, which means that is open. So now these two probes are open, so that is showing 1. If I connect both together, which is giving 0, 0 for some sort of values, which denotes that it has got a continuity in it. So now we are going to measure ampere. So with the same battery, so this battery capable of delivering maybe 6 ampere. So with this range you can't measure 6 ampere, which is going to blow up my measuring equipment. So I'm going to switch over this probe over here so that I can measure 10 ampere. So as you can see, I switched over to 10 ampere measuring mode and selected to 10 ampere. So whenever you are going to measure a current, keep in mind that with the short time you have to do that, unless until it has not reached maximum. So that is showing nearly 6 amps, so which means that this is positive and this is negative. That is why that is showing only 6 amp plus 6 amp. If I interchange it, so that is giving like negative. So let me finish with this basic digital multimeter, and we'll go for further in next videos. Thanks for watching.